So welcome to today's video, and today we're looking at this weird thing, which is a Ferguson 3T14, and it's a TV radio cassette recorder and quartz timer according to that. Now I'm going to start off with the TV mode because I want to see if it's going to explode, and I've already noticed that there is a rattling sound whenever you pick it up, so that's going to be interesting. It's plugged into the mains and nothing has gone bang yet, so that's always good. And brilliant, look at that, we've got a Raster, and as you can tell from that flicker, it is actually a tiny little CRT in there, which is quite cool. So it'd be interesting to strip this down later and see what it looks like, but we'll do that a little bit later. Anyway, so I'm just going to cover that because I don't want to have it flickering. So let's actually see if we can sort that out. Well, we've got the shutter speed on 50 times a second, so I mean that's fine. So I'm not sure why it's still flickering unless that's refreshing at something that's not 50 times a second. Obviously there's not going to be any kind of station lock, because there's nothing for it to lock onto. Although weirdly around 65 you do get some interesting interference. There is, however, on the side a aero socket, so we should be able to hook it up to a VCR of some description, which is quite handy. There's also a series of controls there for I think horizontal hold, contrast, vertical hold and brightness. So if I just adjust, yeah, that's contrast. Brightness is already at full. That's brightness going down. That's brightness at full. And obviously horizontal. Oh, sorry, that's vertical. And I think horizontal as well. But obviously I think those pots will need a bit of a clean up. Clock is wrong, but that is maintained with a single AA on the back of the unit, which is quite good. And on the side we have what I think are inputs for a microphone and an input/output for a record or play. So in other words, input for the tape or output for the cassette, both DIN sockets. And what looks like, I can't really tell from here because it's moved a bit, I think that's a line. Nope, sorry, that's an earphone socket, so that's a headphone socket, which is quite good. And obviously we've got beat cut here, which is quite unusual to see. We have a 12 volt input, but we also have a mains transformer input as well. So it will run off of a 12 volt adapter. So it probably means you can actually run this in a car or caravan. So let's jump to the radio. And at the moment volume is down at the bottom, so nothing at the moment on VHF, but let's try the radio tuning.
One by Haydn, it was hidden.
A little bit crackly, but we can sort that out with a bit of contact cleaner. So what we'll probably do is strip this down, give it a good clean up to get rid of all this sort of stuff, all this sort of dirt. And also work out what's flapping about inside of it. Also give these screws a little clean up as well, because it'll look nicer with screws that aren't looking quite rusty. Tape wise, there seems to be a cassette in here. It's unlabeled, so who knows what's going to be on this. So let's put it in. Let's switch to tape mode. And let's press play. Yeah, I'm really not sure what that is. I'm sure having just played it for a little while there, the YouTube copyright thing will more than happily tell me what I've just played. But there you go. So let's just do play again, see what's on this side. That's just a variation of what was on the other side. It's almost exactly the same. But the good thing is that the tape player seems to work, although a little bit of woe and flutter, so I'll give that a clean up and also replace the belt. We are on mains, but for some reason that's not showing up on there. We also have an auto mode, which I'm guessing would work if you have the timer selected. So if you say have it on the TV mode, then the TV will come on when the timer is at a certain point. So there's a sleep button which I've just pressed and something happened. So I can do timer, and I can set, say, the timer for 8:10, and I guess that would work. I don't know. Obviously tape, radio, so it doesn't seem to have actually done anything. But yeah, I'll have to have a look at and see what the timer actually does and how it works. But it's a good start for a light cleanup and not even a restoration project, to be honest, just a bit of a cleanup and just something to make it look a bit more presentable. But oh boy, what could it be used for? You could use it as a very sort of rudimentary monitor. The radio works, so you could use it as a radio. The tape seems to work, so you could use it as a portable tape player. Now, what does it take battery-wise? Well, if I lower it off the handle, which also doubles as a little stand for you to prop it up on, and just turn it obviously to the side, you can actually see what we have here. So it actually gives you the option to use the rod aerial, which is unfortunately broken off, or to use the external aerial, which will be this one, and we'll hook it up to a VCR and see if it accepts the signal. Battery wise, it uses some D cells, 6 in total. So you can run it off D cells, you can run it off the mains, and you can run it off a 12-volt transformer, which I guess you could probably get a cigar lighter adapter as well. And then you have this single, as I said earlier, single AA battery, which basically keeps the clock backed up. I reckon if I pop that out, the clock on the front will, yeah, there you go. The clock on the front immediately turns off, and I'll actually leave that out of the unit because it is showing signs of corrosion, and I don't want to have that battery terminal get corroded anymore in any sort of way at all. So this will be probably my next minor project to sort of work on. What else do I have? Well, I've also got this, which is a Biocenter 2200 from 1978, and this needs a bit of internal work, so that'll be something else I'll be completing. It has this rather nice programming section here, which you press that, it pops up and allows you to set some of the lesser handled presets, such as balance, bass, treble and bass, or bass and treble. But also, and that would come up a lot quicker, it has this to allow you to set, that is super gummed up, so we will sort it out and clean it up. There it goes, to set 5 presets for radio stations. Looking at it, looks like it can only do VHF radio stations, judging by the fact that it has only on there VHF frequencies. You literally just turn them like that to tune in an individual preset, and then you have individual presets set up for 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. But it's a very nice metal finish. It's actually a solid metal or aluminium or stainless steel insert choice here. Probably a brushed aluminium finish. Sits a little bit proud, but you can't blame it. It's older than me. It's 46 years old. Simple slidey volume control, which looks like it's on a, almost like on a belt. If you look at that, it's almost like on a looped belt, which is quite interesting. So it'd be interesting to see how that works inside. It's probably plastic that extends into there and on that side, but not in a loop, just in a strip. And then you move that and it moves itself along a channel, so to speak. It also has a series of inputs available. So we have tape, phono, and well, that's it really. So you probably have, if you had a CD player, you'd probably have to use the tape input. Whereas the newer one that I have in the living room has a CD player and tape player built in, and that's a Biocenter 8000 dating from about 1989 or so. So that's also on my list of things to do and resolve and fix. But I'll probably do this one first, because hopefully this one will be a nice quick win and a nice little interesting thing to look at. Nice little bit of history. Anyway, that's it for today. Thanks for watching.